forget, we do have a full panel tonight, which is great. We have Michael Kahn, Joe, Dave, PJ, Ironworks, Roger, and Brian in the house. How you guys doing?
Yo.
Good.
Hello.
Groovy.
It's good to see you all. It's good to be back. I am kaput, but I am streaming. I only got back like an hour ago, so hour and a half ago. But I am here.
Ryan, did your feline come back home yet?
What?
The feline.
Oh no, he hasn't come back yet.
Oh, sorry. He's missing his cat. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if he came back yet.
All right. I'm good.
But it's good to see everybody. Glad to have you in. So yeah, I haven't watched this yet, but it should be interesting. Matt Dillahunty, staunch atheist. If you haven't watched him, guys, he always has excuses for everything, and his excuse is just frankly, I don't have enough evidence for it, so therefore it's not true.
I'm simply not convinced.
Erika, she is hectic into evolution. She probably has wet dreams about evolution.
Brenda. Okay.
Yeah, she's the same kind of thing. It's like, even if you would show something not right, it's like, I'll have to look into it. That's the excuse. It's like, that's it.
It's weird, you know. Erika actually looks like my ex-wife.
What's all these peg comments?
She looks like my.
What's she got? What's all those skulls back behind her?
I say she's into paleontology and she's into hectic evolution. So
she might have a few Lucy's back there, you know.
So it makes sense that they would do a show together.
Monkey skulls. Cool.
Flat Zone.
Yeah.
What's all these ped comments?
Oh, it's from Iron. He's probably pairing live.
Oh, you're going to he's streaming this live for me. Got you.
Yeah, but it's good to see you all. Please hit the likes, share the show. It's gonna be a great show, I think. I know they're not just gonna talk about Flat Earth though. I think they also.
Is this that they call it something baboon or something?
Oh, in the back there.
Huey did a treatment on her. Something gibbon or something.
Yeah, it's Gibbons.
Yeah.
Gibbon.
That's it.
Yeah, he did a treatment on her, and she was with Forrest Valkai.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, she like I said, she's hectic into evolution. Not the strongest of arguments that she gives. Like I said,
she goes on the Christian channel. What's it called? Standing for Truth.
Standing for Truth. She goes. Been on MDD as well. She's okay, but I'm just saying, when it comes to arguments, it's like, not very strong. You know what I mean? It's not something that convinces someone it's true.
I mean, the only debate I've seen with her is the one with Nephilim Free, but I didn't even watch it fully. I just watched like the introduction, like the opening statements, because I got bored.
Yeah. What did Iron drop?
Looks like he did. I don't see him.
Weird. Okay, it's Starlink. This does give him issues.
He's not backstage, is he? Because he's in chat.
No, it doesn't show. Okay, let's press play and then we see where we can go. Because I hope I can do 2 hours tonight, guys. I am bushed as I'm sitting here.
Bushed.
We can try.
Bushed in the bush.
I'm bushed in the bush.
Absolutely, man.
Jason in Michigan's a theist who wants to say that just because there's suffering doesn't mean there's no God. Is that correct, Jason?
Yeah, that's correct.
I agree and have never said otherwise, and would chastise anyone who said otherwise. You can't prove.
That's true what he says, but also, I'm sure I've heard Matt Dillahunty debate though on, because there's evil in the world, you can't claim a good God. So,
how about a just God?
Well, if something's just doesn't mean that there's no suffering.
That's right. That's right. It's just we need balance. That's what the just is.
Yep.
There he popped back. How'd you do that, man? It's those 23 new Starlinks they just sent from California.
I knew you was gonna say something about that.
They put up 23 more of them. Nice.
You got teleport right
the private chat.
No wonder my internet's working good.
there's no God merely because they're suffering.
Okay. Then I was saying that I had heard briefly your previous comments toward one of the other people and saying something about the kids with cancer and suffering. That's all I caught, though. But I do believe that there is a God, and I do believe that it's provable.
Okay, well, I'm definitely interested in hearing proof that there's a God, but not only did I not suggest or even hint at the fact that kids with cancer is proof there isn't a God, I was pointing out the absurdity of thinking God's sending you hidden messages in four-leaf clovers, but isn't, replying to families that are suffering in other ways. That doesn't make any sense for a lot of different types of God.
That's just a false equivalence. God can talk to you in many different ways, okay? If a kid's suffering from cancer, it's got nothing to do with how God communicates with you. So he's just using that as an scapegoat, an excuse like, oh, you think magic flying pixies can tell you God exists, but in the meantime, you're just going to ignore, some patient that's got cancer or something.
Yeah.
No, the Bible explains that as well. It's due to the fall of man, sin in the world, and that's why we got things like sickness and disease. It's just part of life now.
Yeah.
Simple as that. How God communicates with you has got nothing to do with that.
And there is redemption, right? From what I can tell. Maybe he needs some.
One thing you must understand, even if you go through suffering and things, you must understand this is just a time, or this is just a mortal being. It's only for a time. If you're a Christian, it's what lies afterwards that counts.
Well, God has a set plan to put things right, and if he were to just make everybody better, we'd be back to square one. There'd be trouble. Like there'd be people living forever who were evil.
Yeah.
The plan has to be followed, and you have to show God that you love Him.
Absolutely. Not just that, we have to have something to strive for. If we have everything, then there's absolutely no point to this life.
God. My position, by the way, is not that we can demonstrate that there is no God. It's that nobody has demonstrated that there is. And so it sounds like
This is what I'm thinking because Joe brought a video up that we watched before the stream.
What am I rude?
Where he's like arguing, my name is Matt Dillahunty, and I don't agree that there's evidence that I exist, so I don't need to worry about the speeding ticket. I don't agree that I don't have enough evidence that you are giving me this ticket, or that I even sped because I don't have belief that it exists. That's always how he argues. People can literally, like we said before, his whole argument is God can write in the sky, I'm God, I exist. He'll make an excuse to say, oh, I don't have evidence that it is God that wrote that. It could be aliens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but mate, if God decided to pick him up and fetch him into His presence, it won't be denying God.
No, he knew it.
He'd be bricking himself.
Exactly.
And that's actually...
Wouldn't even be able to look in his eyes. No,
and that's actually a thing, because it's how much very, how can I say, atheists that are Christians now that, they had close death encounters and stuff, or God actually came into God's presence, and now they are Christians. And they were like just like him, denying full stop that there's anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I bet you there's some of them that would actually still deny it, what was actually happening.
Well, I know it says like once it comes down, everyone will know. There's no doubt, and nobody knows when the day or the hour. But when it does happen, they will know. They will know when he comes back, without a doubt.
Yep.
you're getting ready to do that. So, Jason, the floor to prove God exists is all yours.
Okay, and yeah, my apologies. I only caught the tail end of that conversation, so sorry for taking it out of context. I believe that the proof that God exists is the creation, the finely tuned creation that we have, and the huge improbability of it ever coming about by anything other than an intelligent designer.
There we go. That's proof. That's all the proof you need.
Did you see the look she did just now, like when he's like that?
Yeah, because they have no rebuttal. Because they have no rebuttal to it. They've heard this argument many times, but they have no rebuttal.
Yep.
The rebuttal always just says, "Oh, you can't prove it."
Yeah, and the
You can't
awesome
prove
thing
it.
is, yeah, the awesome thing is how she has those skulls in the background to make it appear as if she knows something, and she studies, and she does all this, phenomenal research. It's kind of like those assholes that put a stack of books in the back, and make it seem like, oh, because I got this map up, I just like the map. You know what I'm saying? And the Air Force gave it to me before I left. So
I think,
I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's not because I'm
Yeah,
super smart or anything.
yeah, I think she does paleontology. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like my thumbnail for this morning's stream. This is the epitome of it.
Oh, dude, I completely forgot you were on this. I was up. I was awake. Completely forgot you were on. Completely forgot.
I went the hour earlier because my children woke me up earlier.
Oh, right.
You know, she got those skulls off an online website somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm a paleontologist.
Now I'm a real paleontologist. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, based on the argument, though, yeah, what he just said, true. Creation. Because nature cannot create itself. It violates nature in itself. The first law of thermodynamics states this. So either you have to demonstrate the first law of thermodynamics to be wrong, and finding nature creating itself, or you just have to concede. Yeah.
Yeah, we could see things like replicating themselves, like how trees sprout out of the earth and then they present themselves to the sky, right? How our lungs look, how even the calic in the back of your head, how that presents like a Fibonacci sequence. The spiral when a water spout forms. All these things show that this place is intelligent. Like just demonstrations that this place is intelligently designed.
Anything. I mean, even just a DNA cell, for instance.
Yes.
That alone. You don't even need to go big. It's anything. They can show us one thing where nature created itself, but they can't because it's impossible. Everything is a very complex way that works on certain sequences, which requires creation.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's okay if we don't know. It's okay if you don't know the whole answer. That's the point of this. We have to discover, and we kind of work together to try and discover the thoughts of God, but we'll never truly know. And that's okay, man. It's the beauty of this place.
We're not meant to know everything.
Yeah.
So that's our problem. We think, man, like me and Michael were talking about yesterday or earlier, I can't remember. But man, ourselves, we're so, I mean, we're not as entitled as today's generation, but in general, we think we're entitled to know everything, to have all this knowledge when maybe we're not meant to know. Maybe
I think it's I think is exactly how it's tied in with, like we were talking this morning stream with Iron and No Longer the Ball with Neuralink and things. This is why they want people to be so linked with everything. It's just like connected with like the Tower of Babel.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a limit to what we should know, and the culture push today is we should know more than, because we are like gods. That's what they want to push. You understand? So they're trying to push like we just know everything. We are mini gods, in other words, and that's the sad part of everything. So they're trying to replace God with self based on what they think is knowledge. And this comes back to, only a fool says in his heart he is wise.
Yes.
What we see.
So to your point and credit, Flats, like they want to link us to each other and to quote unquote have knowledge, but what do we truly know? A lot of us don't know how to plant shit. A lot of us don't know how to survive in the wild. If we got stuck in the woods, a lot of us wouldn't know our ass from our elbow and how to escape and how to get out and how to live, right? And how to not only live but live well based off of what we're given. So what do we truly know, or what do we think we know?
That's it. That's right.
I want to see a protocell.
I don't know.
Much like if I walked into the forest and saw a neatly set table with glasses and water and food and a knife and a fork, if I saw all that in the middle of nowhere in the jungle and somebody told me nobody had ever been there, that table would be proof that the person was wrong, that somebody had been there.
That's
you know why?
Why?
Because all the evidence that we have is that a table set for food is the result of humans. Every table you've ever seen
Mm-hmm.
that has been set for food has been done so by a human. You have zero evidence that that can occur naturally.
Yeah, so
That
then
is
that
not-
debunks the argument that nature can create it. It's by proxy, because all that's observed. Yeah, remember he claims to follow the scientific method, guys. So by observation, there is no such thing as nature creating itself. That observation that would be observed would be, yeah, someone did create the table there with everything.
Yeah, but where did everything on that table and the table itself come from?
That's right.
Did it just magically appear? All the elements, the wood, the food, the metal, where did it come from? It came from nature, right?
Exactly. Oh, everything that's here, everything that's made, everything in any kind of material, it's all here already. It's been here. Since
So
day
somebody had to create that, right? Somebody had to create
What about
that.
the pyramid?
That's it.
Somebody-
so when man says they create stuff, they don't. They make stuff or recreate.
Mhm.
You know.
You know, there's the I don't know if you guys know about this, but there's a spot called Yonaguni, right? And it sits right there between a bunch of archipelagos that belong to Japan and Taiwan. So if you go down to Yonaguni, you can find it on Google Maps, right? Exactly where it is. But in the water right next to Yonaguni, you have a bunch of underwater pyramids. Now, for years, people have been diving this thing, right? And then they're like, hey, there are these structures that appear to be some kind of pyramids underwater right off the coast of these Japanese islands. You know what scientists came out and said? Those aren't man-made. Those are natural structures.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But that's
Yeah.
always the point. It's always, oh, it takes millions of years. This pressure was just in the right place, at the right environment, at the right time. Okay, cool. Let's see if there's another observation that supports your hypothesis. Oh, there isn't? Oh, boy. But what do we see these structures in reality? Oh, these people created pyramids that look the same there. Oh, these people created pyramids.
Exactly.
Fluid dynamics makes pyramid.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
happens
right.
all the time.
Exactly.
It's just the perfect time and the perfect setting.
Yeah.
It's simply just hand wave dismissal because they have a bias on a belief. That's it.
Oh.
Not the same as
They have a
a
bias.
universe. We have no other universes to compare it to. You can't look at the universe and say, oh, this had to occur because of a God. And it doesn't matter how improbable you feel the universe is. You have to show that God is more probable if you're going to even go down the road of saying that's the more probable explanation. So how probable is God?
False dichotomy. First of all, you need to provide us evidence that there is multiple universes. You have to provide us evidence that there is a universe, first of all.
Thank you.
Okay. So he's literally creating a false dichotomy for a guy to try and defend.
Yep. And it's unfortunate that a guy, he appears smart, this guy, Jason, right? Or the
Jason's
host.
the caller, yeah.
Okay,
Matt
so
Dillahunty's the host.
so the host, he appears like he's a smart dude. You figured he would take exactly what you just mentioned into account. But already, like you just said, the false I didn't even know the name for it, but that name that you just gave it, he's laying a false foundation and a false groundwork and setting this dude up. And it's like nobody's going to get anywhere with this.
Yeah. Even if you could prove like a complex universe, wouldn't that be more evidence that there would be an actual creator for that part too?
But think about
If
it.
not more.
Exactly.
Yeah, but even if he has a universe, what has it got to do with what the argument just had? Absolutely sweet.
None. None. But I'm just saying, point out, like if there's a uniform cosmology that works properly, that
John
would be.
Thor in the house. What's up, man? Yeah.
John Thor's here?
Yeah.
Hey, John Thor. All right.
Love that guy's content.
Yes. Amazing. Awesome.
I put him up there with a robot polisher, man.
As a creator.
Oh yeah, for sure. John Thor has just been around a lot much longer.
Oh yeah. I've been subscribed to him for a while.
Mm-hmm. He's actually one of the first channels I've ever subscribed to on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good content. Yeah.
creator, and how did you reach that conclusion?
The way I reached the conclusion that God is probable is
Restream. Yeah.
A commercial for Restream? Wow.
Yeah, they've got
the truth of the okay.
got their own YouTube channel, Restream. No, they have.
But yeah, it's good to see you all, guys. Please hit the likes, share the show. Really appreciate you all.
Can I just say one? I'm typing it out, but I might as well just say it to him. One night, one man, one spirit. He says, "I saw you read how the C word was not always derogatory." Yeah, that was on Vicky's stream last night with Barbara and that, I know. And then the same stream tried to use God's name as jealous as a Mandela effect, which it is. I suggest you look at the old meaning of jealous. Yeah, I suggest you continue watching the stream because we spoke about the old meaning of jealous. But whether it's the old meaning of jealous or not, it wasn't there before. It was Yahweh, and then I am a jealous God.
It was Jehovah in King James.
Jehovah, yeah.
Oh, Jehovah, yeah, Jehovah.
The
But
fact
it was never jealous. It was yes, it was I am a jealous God, but it was never my name is jealous. No.
The argument is just put forward just shows you don't understand what the Mandela effect claim is.
Exactly.
There's no to do with meaning of what jealous is.
It doesn't matter of the meaning. It's not about the meaning. Whether I got the meaning wrong or not, it doesn't matter. But we spoke about it in that same stream. So there you go, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the things in the Bible that were written by ignorant shepherds thousands of years ago who were not scientists and had no education or no training in the things that they were discussing, that weren't figured out by actual scientists until thousands of years later.
Like what?
I think that's evident. Like, okay, so there used to be a period of time where people thought the earth was flat, and there's a scripture in Isaiah that says God.
We still do know it's flat, man. It's never changed.
Yeah.
And we know it's not belief.
Exactly.
Do you know when my spirit you can put a time out?
Sits above the circle of the earth. Nobody has been up high enough to say that but God.
But it also says that there's a tree from which you can see the entirety of the earth. Is that possible?
That's called context. It's a hyperbole. I think Matt Dillahunty knows this hyperbole verse. It's in context. There's connotations to meanings. Some things are literal, some things are not literal in the Bible. When it comes to the cosmology, they're literal because it talks in context of cosmology, of historical events.
Yeah, that was just a vision Christ had, right? That the devil brought him to the top of the world, showed him.
Well, there was another. I forget who the prophet is, but it's in there where he was brought. He had a dream where he was brought up real high, and then he saw a tree in the middle of the world, and it was giving food to everyone. And to me, that appeared that tree in the middle of the world was actually there, and it's the same tree, the tree of life, Yggdrasil, from the Norse myths. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you look at the Garden of Eden, there was definitely a prominent tree. You know what I mean? And you just don't know. I mean, if you look at even out today, you can see it looks like what structures are chopped down, huge trees, that are petrified now.
Yes. Like Venezuela, that whole continent or that whole country is nothing but a giant tree stump.
So there's more evidence for the giant tree than there is for his argument against it.
Exactly.
And give the monkeys. Yeah.
Exactly. And what's crazy is we can go back and we can see these things. It's not like they're just made. We can see them, and we can see how they represent what actual fallen trees look like. You might have a fallen tree on your property. You might have one in your neighborhood, and they look exactly the same. And a lot of these things in nature just replicate each other, and they look the same, and we can base whatever off of them. These guys just make shit up. You know what I'm saying? They just make it up as they go along. Oh, the cosmology of this and that, and they're diamonds. Now they're diamonds in Venus, right? Or the surface of Mars, 10 miles deep off the surface of Mercury or Venus or some nonsense like that. It's got diamonds. And this is what they want us to believe. Can't even go to these places, these extraordinary places, but they've got these things, all these diamonds.
That makes the story much more fantastical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to shout out to Roger. He ordered a nice sweater. Thank you very much for supporting the merch shop. Man, you rock.
Something to do with tiers and level.
Yeah. Glober tiers finds level horizontal.
Oh yeah, Vicky's he'll be getting me a hoodie soon actually.
So yeah, I appreciate it. You rock, man.
Oh, no problem. I'll wear it in pride. Then I'll fall.
Well, you're gonna have. Well, the thing is, you're gonna have a lot of Globers having tiers over that shirt. So
I'll show it off. See what I get.
Yep. Oh, you're a flirt.
Where does
Damn right.
You believe level is horizontal?
What a numpty.
I can demonstrate that though.
What, you actually believe the truth? You're mad.
There was a guy on like the I Watch live stream, and he went on a TikTok to like pretend to be a flat earther, speaking to what's his name, Bob the Science Guy, because he runs a TikTok thing. And he was just, like pretending to be like an atheist flat earther just for a joke. And he actually almost broke character because he was so baffled when Bob the Science Guy was talking about his curved, round, level, straight lake. Like, he was just like, wait, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. So he actually almost broke. It was so funny. Like, he was pretending to be a flat earther, and he was like, what are you going on? Like, you're more insane than what I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Remember the duct tape in the power box on the power pole that he used for a marker on the other side of his lake? See, it's not exactly where it was. It's a little bit higher. That was, how do you, never mind.
Yeah.
say that at?
I'll look it up.
So while
I've never
you're
heard that.
looking that up, Matt, Jason, are you into hermeneutics? Like, do you read a lot about hermeneutics?
Not much, no. I'm familiar with it, but I don't read very much about it.
So there's a word when it's actually, I believe, in the verse in Isaiah that you're talking about, if memory serves, although I could be wrong. It could be a verse in Exodus, or it could be the original Genesis verse that talks about when God spreads the heavens out, right? And I've seen a lot of creationists or Christians in general talk about how, oh, this is God talking about how he's spreading out during the Big Bang. It's the
Big Bang.
All right. I don't want to be a Redditor, right?
Right.
I really don't want to be like a cringe Redditor, but that's not hermeneutics. That is exegesis.
Yeah.
Right? Hermeneutics is the method of interpretation, and exegesis is the actual interpretation.
Exactly.
So she's a bit
Yeah.
mixed up there.
Not
I don't
just
want to be
that.
like a cringe, I'm actually a Redditor.
No, that is perfect. I wanted to say that, but the thing I also want to pick up
That-
is, show me a flat earther that says the Big Bang, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me like a creationist that's a Christian that says Big Bang.
Show me a big
Show me a
man.
geocentrist that believes in the Big Bang.
This is
Oh,
crazy.
we could show you a bunch of Christians that believe in the Big Bang. They're totally confused.
Oh yeah, no, but I said
All
Christian
around.
creationists, like like a young Earth creationist, like a Ken
Oh,
Ham,
right. Oh,
Ken Ham and Answer Genesis.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do get a lot of Christians today that are evolutionists. Like IP, Inspiration Philosophy.
Michael Jones, yeah.
Michael Jones. I love his work, by the way. But yeah,
Same.
He unfortunately, there's things that I don't agree with him, and that's like the evolution thing. It just doesn't gel. How the hell he gets evolution into his belief, I don't know. But,
Well, I'll tell you this, Flatslide. He did a series called Genesis chapter 1 to chapter 10, and that gives you his exegesis of the first 10 chapters of the book of Genesis. That'll tell you how he views like a creation.
would you guys actually be interested to go through that series sometime? Type 1 in chat.
Obviously, yeah, man. Like this is stuff that I am really into, yeah.
So yeah, guys, type 1 in chat if you would love to go through that series of from Michael Jones, or type 2 if you think nah. But Michael Jones is awesome. I like the guy. Shout out to him. I got nothing against him. Really awesome guy.
Well,
But
I think-
some things that I don't agree with, like that.
I think they think if God could create the world and make it like it is, that he could create evolution and built it into it. This, like, it's a built-in process that he added to his creation. I think that's what they got to tell themselves on a regular. That it could have happened, and God could have described the Big Bang as a creation too, or he could have took the Big Bang and made a creation out of it. I'm not really sure. I don't know how they put it together.
What's David Wood's position? Do you know, Flatsoid?
He's creation, as far as I know. I have got the hint that he doesn't really worry if it's evolution or creation or not. But I know he's not a young creationist though. So it's weird. He doesn't really talk about it, so it's difficult.
So what is an old creationist? That's what I want to know.
They don't believe in 6 literal days.
Yeah. They think and they probably believe in gap theory.
They think Genesis is hyperbole.
So they think it was
allegory versus history seems to be the big divide.
Yeah, but I don't see that in the Bible itself. I don't see it.
Well, obviously, I think it's a false dichotomy. I think Genesis is both historical and allegorical.
I would actually like to talk to David Wood about this. I should email him because I'd actually like to talk to him specifically about what his belief is about the creation. I think it'd be quite cool.
Let's hear more about hermeneutics.
But the word that God uses when he's talking about like separating the sky from the earth, right? He talks about the firmament. He talks about the firmament being kind of what separates the waters above from the waters below. And the word that he uses for that is a word called rakia. And rakia.
Why is she trying to make it sound like no one's heard this before?
I know, it's a word.
She's just very proud of herself because she did some research once.
I want to see a Big Bang create a rakia.
I'm still trying to figure out how that fits together.
Is used only to refer to solid objects such as metal, glassworks, things like that. Every other time that it's mentioned, at least to my understanding, in the Hebrew Bible. Is there a reason God might talk about the firmament being a solid dome over the earth if he didn't mean that it was a solid dome? And furthermore, is there a solid dome over
What has it got to do with the Big Bang? I don't understand.
No, that has nothing to do with
Also,
the Big Bang.
does she not know that there's multiple heavens?
No.
I'm not disagreeing. I mean, I think that the second heaven firmament is actually a solid container, but she's kind of acting as if whenever the sky, because some translations translate all heaven to all sky, basically. So, she's citing these verses that talks about the sky and the heavens. So, she would need to show us that it's talking about the second heaven. So she's kind of, I don't know, she's not being as thorough as she should be.
I agree. She needs to read more. She needs to dig into the hermeneutics of Genesis. I don't think she knows what hermeneutics is.
Sorry, guys, I dropped out. I lost internet connection for some reason.
I thought you froze up for a sec.
But I'm back.
You were a bit quiet.
Yeah. Glad to have you back. I'm getting ready to leave, guys, so heading out.
You're getting ready what?
Work.
Okay.
Oh, what? I thought you should leave.
Did everybody hear Joe's statement?
Critique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as everybody heard it, because I couldn't. I only heard half of it.
Oh, do you want me to repeat it? I can shorten it down.
Good, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. She's kind of assuming that whenever the Bible says heavens, it's talking about the firmament, but there's actually multiple heavens. The firmament is only one of many. So she needs to be more precise, and she needs to also be citing the verse, right? Tell me where it says this, so we can distinguish which heaven it is.
Yes.
She's saying it could be Exodus, or it could be Proverbs, or it could be Genesis. That's not in depth, dude. You need to, I don't know, I really don't want to come off as a source, kind of person. But if you're going to be speaking about the Bible, the first thing you do is tell me the book, tell me the chapter, tell me the verse. It's very simple.
But you see, that's the thing about reading the Bible. You need to know which verse it is so you have it in context.
That's right.
And if she's talking about hermeneutics, she's supposed to know this.
Isn't there a heaven where birds can fly around in solid matter?
Right, and that's what I want to say. This is exactly what we were trying to explain to that Xerxes guy. That still couldn't understand. It's interchangeable. In context, heaven means something else. You understand? But,
And especially if it's has like an adverb to it that explains where in heaven it is, correct? Like the space between the expanse between the rakia and the earth is the sky. It can be referred to as a heaven.
Yeah, but I'd still love her to bring up how Big Bang is supposed to fit into what she just asked about Rakia, though.
Later, gentlemen. I'll see you.
Thanks for coming, Roger. Appreciate this.
No problem.
Peace.
Don't do anything you see on TV. Might be dangerous.
The earth.
Well, I think that the reason God mentioned it the way he mentioned it is because that's the way he created it. And I think that there is definitely a solid dome over the earth separating I believe in the firmament. I believe there's a solid dome over the earth separating the waters above from the waters below, just like the Bible says.
Right now, I just want to be clear. Right now, you think there's a firmament above the earth?
Yes.
Glad I asked that question.
I do.
Absolutely.
Okay, Erika, this is all yours. I'm going to take a quick break.
Yeah, I mean, golly, I feel like the
Wow. You know what that's called, guys? That's called poisoning the well fallacy, because now he's trying to make the guy look like a kook.
Yes.
And now he's leaving. So his audience is now saying, this guy is now taking off his earphone. You believe in the firmament. Oh, you're just a loony bin.
Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom. Exactly. Yeah. You handle this.
You ever think about this?
This is a very dishonest tactic, by the way. And it's very intellectually dishonest because he doesn't have an argument. Because he knows if he's going to actually come and try and disprove the antithesis, he won't be able to, because second law of thermodynamics will show him wrong.
It's the actions he did. Like, he didn't even have to say anything. He took the earphones out of his ears to say, I can't listen to this, going to the bathroom.
My question is this, just to kind of remind me, and I guess even the audience too, is this caller, does he believe then that the earth isn't flat and that the earth is a globe with waters with
No,
a
he's
firmament?
a flat earther.
He is a
So it
flat
sounds
earther.
like he's a flat earther, yeah.
Okay. Because
It
at
sounds
first
like these two are, it sounds like they're just trying to dehumanize him and call him stupid without actually having a rebuttal against it.
Okay.
first thing I have to ask is, like, do you believe that we've been to space?
Absolutely not.
Okay, all right.
I think that's logical.
Yeah.
If you ask a guy, oh, there's a dome over the Earth, do you think it's fair to say, okay, do you believe in space?
No. Not like you think, that's for sure.
Yeah. We definitely think there's something up there, okay?
Yeah.
We just don't believe it the space we've been brought to.
Yeah.
That's all.
I like how they act as if they're going to teach him something that they're going to teach him some new bullshit that he hadn't already been fed. You understand what I'm saying? I like these parts of these videos.
Yeah. And why is he still sitting there now without his earphones? I thought he needed to go to the bathroom or something.
He probably did.
Do you believe that the Earth is...
There's an interesting song by Red Hot Chili Peppers called Californication, and in the lyrics he says, "Space might be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement." I don't think that it's a coincidence that what NASA claims comes from outer space directly coincides with.
You know what? I should find out when their next live is. I can send a phone in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes.
I'd love to find in. I think they'll have, at the end of it, I'll have them putting their hairs out. Man.
With the actual video technology that they have. When we look at what they said was space back in the 60s, it looks like the same technology as the movie of Martian. And then when we look at what they say is outer space now, it looks like one of the latest astronaut movies with one of the latest actors. I don't think that's the
Sandra Bullock.
I think that The word
So
NASA
first
in
of all,
Hebrew means deception.
we've seen impact events, right, on stellar bodies, but like this is a much better question that I have to ask.
Wait. Seen impact events on stellar bodies.
Yeah.
Um,
she's talking about the DART mission. She's talking about the Schumann joint that happened like in the 90s and stuff like that. All of which nobody was present for, but stuff that they claim to have shown on TV.
Can I ask you guys a question? Have you guys watched Wizard of Oz?
Aye.
Was it on TV?
Certainly was.
Okay.
And
It's the same thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
was that Challenger incident.
Where did the craters come from? The craters on the surface of the Earth, because a
Yeah.
meteor.
Wait. What crater? First, provide us proof, evidence, or whatever, that it is craters.
That's a crater, yeah.
There's more evidence that they are not craters. They are geysers from when there was the Great Flood.
yeah.
Or it
Much
could have been just a
evidence.
big mud bubble.
The fountains of the Great Deep.
Mm-hmm. There's
So
much
if
more
we're
evidence.
talking about like the Bible and we're talking about, from a Christian point of view, we could introduce things like that.
Mm-hmm. Because also when you ask, okay, why don't we see any meteor strikes from the side? It's always at a 90-degree angle. Then you get Neil deGrasse Tyson, it's the magic speed.
Mm.
Magic.
Can't
There's never any.
presumably get through the firmament, I would imagine. So where do the craters
I would
come
imagine
from?
so too.
Who
That
said
is
that
a
they're
great
craters?
question. And why are there?
Sorry?
It was like, what do you mean? Where did the craters come from? What is it? What is the fucking thing in the first place? We don't even know that.
Yep.
You're just assuming that there's something hit it and made a hole. Like,
There's no residue there. There's no rock there that was the asteroid that hit it. It's just the crater itself, isn't it? So where's
and they all
would say-
came in totally perpendicular to the surface, just like totally perfect. Bam, bam, bam.
Mm.
Right there.
And how come the Earth didn't stop it? The Earth is like 3 times bigger, and that's the face that's always toward the Earth. How the hell did it get any craters at all?
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, I love how they're just assuming it is a crater.
Of course.
This is the magic. This is the magic of getting a doctorate's degree, because they make you feel so fucking special. They make you feel as if you know everything, and you're just at the cusp of your learning, to where you're like, all right, so all the stuff I learned is true. So now I have to go discover more. So now that bullshit is your foundation as a doctor, right? And so she's coming from that perspective, where all the bullshit that she learned is the truth, and everything outside of that is lies or is a fairy tale.
Yep.
Can't stand these motherfuckers, man.
Never anything. Why are there never any parts of asteroids in the craters?
But there are all the time, and they're in museums, and we've seen impact events happen today. The Tunguska event is a very famous one that was caught fully on
From
film.
1908. See? See?
Show us.
Yeah, right. The Tunguska
Show us.
event of 1908 in Siberia. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then
Show us.
they think, yeah,
Fully
they
on
think,
film.
yeah. But you want to know something? That's funny that she mentions that, because where is Siberia in proximity to the old world that we talk about? Tartaria. A lot of that is Tartaria area. And what have we seen that's been consistent with all this Tartaria stuff? Destruction. Destruction and removal. So it's interesting that she's mentioning the Tunguska experiment in what she claims is an asteroid came down, or a meteorite, whatever, didn't come down and touch the Earth, but it blew up above Tunguska, right?
I just want to see that film that she's talking about.
Oh.
I'm
1908.
looking for it.
So 1908 it occurred apparently, but I just think it's interesting that the Tunguska event that occurred is in that same region as where we find much of Greater Tartaria to be, and how Tartaria is just like virtually been wiped out.
Well, and also the assumptions that are made. that this must have been something that came from space.
Mm.
You know what's weird?
Does lightning bolts come from space? There's a phenomenon, right, that takes place in the air.
Sprites.
Right.
But look at this, guys. I'm on NASA's side. Okay, 115 years ago, the Tunguska asteroid impact event. Blah blah blah. They just talk about it. Where's the video? But I'll show you a photo they show of 5 on Chernobyl, Russia, 2013. Is that Tunguska?
Wow, that's amazing.
Why? Where's the Tunguska? Come on, what's going on?
It's good resolution for 1908. You know,
But you understand what I'm saying? They're showing stuff.
of course.
There's no. I have never ever seen film for it, so I don't know where she's seen it. Have you guys ever seen film for it?
No. Never.
No. Yeah.
And this is just from my knowledge, I'm not an expert on this issue at all, but every crater I've seen that is supposed to have been from some asteroid at some point in time, I have never seen the asteroid. I've seen the craters, and I think craters can be explained by geysers and places that there used to be water.
That's right. Nice one.
I think there's a lot of possible explanations for craters, but I don't have a definite one.
So I've got to just tell you, like, we find asteroids, like meteorites, in craters, and we find them all the time. Like, there's
Really? Where?
Yeah. Where? All the time, she said. So where one of these times? I'd like to know where one
That's
of these
kind of a
times
contradiction, because usually when we debate this stuff, they tell us that it burns out in the atmosphere. It's really small when it impacts it, so it's.
Because I've never found one. Never. I mean, I've seen.
Now they get it everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the people that I've seen them, found them, but I've never seen.
Do you see, this is the issue I have with a lot of these guys when they make these arguments. They just make claims. They just make claims with authority. There is film. They just pick it up. It is a crater.
Yep.
There is no film. You're making claims, but you're not backing anything up on your claims.
No.
You're just saying things.
Foundation of lies. There it goes again. The foundation of lies.
Yeah. Yep.
Those flats again.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
It's me. I was like, what's going on?
Sorry guys. I don't know what's wrong tonight. It's so crazy.
I saw PJ was the only one moving in there. I was like, what the hell?
I mean, I opened my juice and it fizzed all over the place and landed. I had to go and get a towel.
Peach sprung a leak.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get on.
There's hundreds of meteors that make it through our atmosphere, or at least make it to the atmosphere every single day. I've seen some of them myself, right, streaking across the sky. There was a
All you
viral
saw
Twitter
was a
video
light.
2 days ago of a meteorite impact or a meteor impact that happened in I think it was Portugal, right? This woman is recording herself and she looks up and a meteor goes streaking across the sky. Right?
Okay, what's the impact?
And then it impacted where? Where's the impact?
Yeah,
Oh
what's
my
the
God!
impact?
I saw a light.
Have these people ever heard of Project Bluebeam before?
Probably loosely,
What's that?
and then they're gonna dust it off. They're gonna just wave it off as some BS conspiracy. You're a conspiracy theorist, aren't you? And that's what they would say about that.
But I mean, we can also just put it back on there and say, okay, how many satellites, quote unquote, fall out the sky daily? Could it not just be a satellite burning up? It's really idiotic argument. It's based on incredulity, guys.
Could actually, it could be a number of different things. It could even actually be some kind of a strange weather phenomenon.
Yep.
Or it could be
could be
something that they
anything.
fired in the air.
This
Yeah.
is
Elect-
assuming that
electrical,
it must
magnetic.
be a giant rock from space.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay. That sounds good.
Have you guys
Sure.
not found it really odd that through all civilization, should we go through, okay, like with us, there's no recorded history of ever actually seeing an actual impact of this happening and finding anything in there. They just make a claim that the tungsten was a thing, but where there's no actual evidence of it.
Well,
You know
they
what I
say those laid out trees in a radial pattern are the proof that there's something exploded. Okay.
Oh, so someone couldn't have just made an explosion somewhere, or
Well,
that's weird.
there's a lot about that. And then it was in 1908, so there were very few, if any, eyewitnesses to it.
That's right.
It's really odd. Usually, when you have to take this to like, let's put it in law with court cases and stuff. If your evidence is found lacking, then you have no evidence to hold the person.
That's it.
That's exactly what you're going to be finding with this. There's not
Beyond
enough
a
evidence.
reasonable doubt.
You bring one piece of evidence. It doesn't prove anything. It just shows there's not enough evidence to make your case.
Yeah. Kind of like how that Garcia fella won the you guys are familiar with that, right? And it was so easy. It was so easy. People just don't understand how he won that court case. I was like, it's based off of the evidence that you could present and what you can't present. That's how easy it was. That's why it was so easy.
Yeah, because they found there was not enough evidence to show him wrong.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. Because there is no evidence from the globe. It's not rocket science, guys.
Yeah.
It's all faith-based. It's trust me, bro.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They know where it was projected to land. So I'm like so curious. I don't know about that one, but I know about the Tunguska event, that they knew precisely where it landed because it left a giant crater.
Really? Prove it's due to a meteor. Please prove it. Go ahead. Yeah. You make a lot of claims here.
Yep. And this is 1908.
Yeah, this is 1908, and she said it was all filmed.
Yeah. Making it seem like we have all this evidence. It's 1908. Let's not forget, like, you could go back 70 years from now or 70 years back in the past, and there's stuff that's missing that we can't even remember. So you think we're going to remember shit from 1908?
Somewhere in a warehouse in the middle of Nevada.
Yeah.
The people, I think everybody that practically lived in 1908 is dead by now. So
yeah, my grandfather was born in 1908.
So how the hell are we going to go and ask anybody about this? Yep. Oh wait, you can't. There's no verifiable way to actually verify this. You just have to take it on word again. But I find it odd that these people have enough faith to believe things like that, but not like the Bible that's been around for 2,000 years. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm saying that it takes more faith to believe in evolution and the Big Bang and things like that, and that just to believe in the Lord.
And it's amazing when they say, well, the Bible was written by men. This was written by men. Moses was a man. I'm like, well, Popular Mechanics is also written by men. Last I checked, your history book was written by men. That paleontology book that you got, whatever the hell you got in the background, those are written by, right. Last I checked, it wasn't a dog that wrote it. They're all written by men. Exactly. So you want to believe that bull crap, but you don't want to look into, the Bible, which has been around for Lord knows how long, right? And all this other evidence that's out here in front of your ass.
Exactly.
All right.
Windows within like a 50-mile radius. Everybody's windows in a 50-mile radius was broken by the Tunguska event, and there was a massive crater that blew out every tree
in Siberia. How many people live in Siberia again?
Apparently a lot, she said.
Oh, it's millions. It's
millions. Interesting.
Yeah, right.
Kind of sounds like she's keep on making information up to suit her point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially with the smile and everybody knows, because everybody knows. Because everybody knows.
Yep.
Yep. It is. It is. You remember in Game of Thrones, they'd be talking to the Khaleesi brought about that stuff, and those servant girls, they go, "It is known." They'd verify it. That was their verification. Yes, it is known. Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's written down or known somewhere, then that makes it true. Sure enough.
Then it must be true. Yeah. Well, it's known.
Yeah, I can't find anything about those windows being blown out. That's weird.
Flat side.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the Siberia thing, in 2023, they apparently had 36.8 million people there. If that's any use, because you asked, how many people are there.
Yeah, but this was in 1908.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'll have to go raking for old books to find that.
Yeah, 1908, I don't think there would be many people. And she's saying windows are a 50-mile radius. Windows blown out. Huh. I don't see anything for it.
Yeah.
I just see a lot of talking about stuff, like trees falling over.
Yep.
And, yeah. And then them showing again on other sites the same that we saw videos of over Russia in 2013 and stuff like. Hello, that's not the same event.
And she made the assertion that some meteorite crashed in some South American country, and it landed. And I'm like, so where did it crash at? Where's this evidence of this meteorite? Like, where is it? Where's it at?
Directly radially out from where the impact actually happened. And this kind of thing, there was a woman that was hit by a meteor like within the past 100.
What? Wait.
150 years. She's like the only person that's ever been struck by an.
And how would you know that?
Struck.
She would
She wasn't hit. She
disintegrate.
was struck.
She would be disintegrated, correct, guys?
She was
With the
vaporized.
speed that thing
Yeah.
moves. Yeah.
How would you know she was hit?
Exactly. At the speed that they say those things move, this is what I want people to take from that. We have in the Navy made the I think you guys already know about it, the rail gun. And the rail gun moves at like 11,000 miles an hour, right? Or that trajectory of that thing. So you have to understand that the size of whatever that projectile is becomes ridiculously massive just based off of the speed alone. And so the projectile itself is actually like 3 pounds or 7 pounds. It's small. It's a small projectile. You know what I'm saying? It's less than the size of a bowling ball, or it's around the size of a bowling ball, the weight. But you can imagine something that fast moving and striking you.
Just imagine a 50 caliber bullet, a 50 or a musket ball, 58 caliber. It's about a half inch in diameter, 5/8 of an inch in diameter. Devastation, much slower than a supposed meteorite. The thing's coming in at what, like 17,000 miles an hour?
So you guys see that? Yeah, that's what happened to the woman. You see that?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's horseshit. Somebody hit her with a slingshot. That's what happened. They shot her with a slingshot. Oh, it came from space. Look, I saw where these guys on a beach dug this hole and they put a rock in it. And they even and took a torch even and put flame, like heated, like scorch on one side of the rock, stuck it down in this hole. And I'll be damned, like the day or two later, this on the news, this amateur astronomer had found this meteorite on the beach, and here's a perfectly dug hole with this rock in the bottom. And he's like, "Oh, and look, you can see the scorch marks. This is definitely a meteorite." And it's like, "Oh my god!"
And then I did the argon testing on it, and it appears to be 77 million years from the Paleodontic age. Some bullshit, some nonsense, man.
Hey, too, Wolves. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
It's clearly from the Paleolithic era.
Yeah. They need to say it with a British accent to give it
Look
more
at me
life.
with all my books behind me. See all my books? This means I'm smart.
Yeah, Masterpiece Theater presents.
Oh, and look, I have a globe as well.
Yeah, right. Shit, these dudes.
Okay.
It's all show, man.
Mm-hmm.
An actual meteor. It was a very small one, but she was actually hit by it. Like, where are
How
these
small is
falling rocks coming from?
It was very small, but she was actually hit by it. Are you sure it wasn't just a bird dropping?
She had a little lump in her head. Yeah.
Yeah, are you sure it wasn't just a bird dropping or an acorn or something that fell off a tree?
I know. She was
That's
hit by a
insane.
meteorite.
Yeah.
But what's crazy, what drives me nuts is these guys know their supposed math with these meteorites. And so they're going to fall for that story that she was hit by one of them. They know the math behind those things. They know what the devastation something like that could supposedly cause.
Right.
But she was hit by a meteorite.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, remember, some guys say they've been abducted by alien 25 times. Yeah, we just believe them too. Yeah, it's fine. You can believe that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and we supposed to be the conspiracy theorists, guys.
Exactly.
We supposed to be the gullible ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, again, I don't have enough information. I'm very skeptical. I am more skeptical than most scientists who claim to be skeptical.
No,
And
you're not.
I would have to do.
Sorry,
I'm very.
I like that. So his first think back to that is telling him what he is and what he isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Barbara, good to see you.
So, in other words, he knows Jason because Jason says he's very skeptical and he says, no, you're not. You don't know him from a bar of soap. So how are you going to know if he's skeptic or not?
Because he doesn't believe his mainstream narrative bullshit. That's why. That's what's and you know what's crazy about the whole mainstream narrative? Like they look at us like surprised and perplexed, but it's like, listen, if you took the time to look, you have to take that time to take a step back and get out of your world and look at what it is we see, because we know your world. Like, just take that time. Really, that's all it just like an hour, 2 hours. Look at it from our perspective. But they haven't. They claim they have. They haven't. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No way.
Yep.
Pretty much more skeptical than most scientists that claim to be skeptical. Yeah.
No, you're not.
But
You don't
I would-
understand what skepticism is. Why, if you have no expertise and you're reaching conclusions about this stuff, why should anybody listen to you over a
appealing to authority now. Credentials, sorry, appealing to credentials. First of all, you just told me he's not a skeptic. He doesn't have skepticism because he doesn't have credentials, which you also don't know what his credentials are, by the way. So he's assuming he doesn't have credentials. He's assuming he's not skeptical, and his whole argument is because you're flat earther.
Yep. There it is. He
You would
needs
get-
that degree.
If he had to do that argument in a debate, they would laugh him out the room.
Aye.
Sorry, Matt, but dude, you're much better than this. Come on.
scientist and the data?
I never said anybody should listen to me. I said I don't have enough information about asteroids to give any
You've
kind of
reached a
definitive answer.
conclusion about the shape of the Earth and asteroids while acknowledging that you don't have sufficient.
He says he doesn't know anything about asteroids. That's got nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. You dickhead.
Because
She brought
asteroids
up
are just
asteroids.
like the Earth.
Yeah, she brought up asteroids, not him.
Well, you can take care of asteroids real quick with a little bit of preparation H.
So yes, so he's actually straw manning him off of her argument.
Mm-hmm.
So he started off with this whole thing with poison the well fallacy,
Yeah.
did a false dichotomy, and now he's straw manning him.
Which
Not
he, the
very
one
good.
on the right?
Yeah, this Matt Dillahunty. The one
Is that a guy?
yeah, Matt's a guy.
Is it? Wow.
Oh, the other guy, the other person is what's her name? Hey, Budded, what's up? So she's always on. It's good to see you, man.
You too. Good to see you guys.
So you're telling me that one on the right is a dude?
Butter. Hey.
No, what you talking about? Erika? No, she's a chick.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell, man, anymore. There's these like really. Never mind. I don't even want to go there.
I mean,
It'll bring them forth. It'll bring them.
I hope she's a
Patient
chick.
expertise.
Looks like my first wife, so I hope she's a chick.
To warrant reaching a conclusion. That's not skepticism, sir. That's not even in the ballpark of skepticism.
Sorry. What you get to your conclusion has got nothing to do with it being a skeptic or not. Skepticism comes from if someone gives you arguments and then you go and you're skeptic about that argument if it's true or not. That's skepticism. The reason he's a skeptic is because he doesn't believe in your bullshit globe anymore. That makes him automatically a skeptic.
Yes. And it's
By
automatic.
definition,
Right?
yeah, by definition, we are all skeptics because
Right.
we're skeptic of your globe.
Right.
Matt, this is not the best performance from you, man. Sorry to say, but that's like actually very, very poor.
Me?
What is my conclusion on asteroids?
Yeah.
I didn't say you made a conclusion on asteroids.
Those were your words 2 seconds ago.
Yes, you did.
You said because the asteroids, therefore you're not a skeptic. I wonder if he's been drinking or something. I don't know.
You just said that I reached a conclusion on the shape of the Earth and on asteroids with zero information about it.
Yes, those were your words.
No, I said on asteroid impacts.
No. So he lied to him now as well. Oh no. Matt, why are you lying? Oh wait, because you don't have morality. So it doesn't matter if you lie.
Or at least I thought I said asteroid impacts. If I didn't, that's what I meant. My apologies.
So,
Okay.
so
no
I
problem.
I
But
would
even
just like
asteroid
to-
impacts, I haven't made. Well, I just want to say, quick for clarification, I've reached a conclusion on the shape of the Earth, yes, but on asteroid impacts, I've said I don't have enough information to know. I can make a guess, but I'm not educated enough on that subject to make any kind of definitive statement or take any kind of definitive position on that. I don't have.
But you
any
are on
kind
the
of-
shape of the Earth?
I believe what the Bible says about the shape of the Earth, yes.
Yeah, but
What shape is
that's
the
not
Earth?
skepticism, sir. That's you believing dogma.
Oh,
Oh wow.
dude.
Dogma. What?
How
Exactly.
is that other than dogma?
Exactly. Dog.
Maybe Catma, but not dogma.
Projection. The projection.
Come on.
You know the globe is dogma.
Absolutely.
I mean, what the hell? Ooh-wee, this is bad. Matt, or even Erika, if you ever want to talk about the flat Earth, let me know. I'll be more than happy to educate you because you definitely don't have a fucking clue what's going on.
Well, yeah, don't let them get infected by the Earth is rising up crowd. Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on with that rising Earth is rubbish.
I don't know. I've been in a discussion with this idiot on Facebook, and I'm like, you gotta be totally fucking shitting me, right? And I'm putting forth just logic, being logical, reasonable, and they lose their minds, man. They're just as bad as a fucking glober. They have a weak belief system that they can't back up, and so they go right to the emotional. Start getting angry and shit.
Right? You've already experienced that, yeah, with bloody execrate and all that, isn't it? Yes, yeah.
Dumb shit.
I think we're getting it. I think you're both.
The upward rising causes the pressure gradient.
Oh.
And if without upward rising, there wouldn't be any air pressure. And I said, well, okay, so how come that there's pressure inside of a cylinder? It's sitting there stationary. The cylinder's not moving. The cylinder's not going anywhere. And she said, well, there's no pressure in free fall. I said, okay, put the cylinder in free fall. Does it still have pressure in it? Is it still pressurized, or does it become unpressurized until it sits back on the ground?
But it shows you that people don't understand physics. They don't understand what net force is.
No.
It's so easy to understand when everything is falling at the same rate, the net force is zero because they're all going in the same direction with the same force.
Mhm.
So therefore, you have
Depends on how
zero
heavy the net is.
It doesn't mean that the thing is not falling. It's still falling. They all just have zero net force because they're pushing in the same direction at the site with the same rate.
Yeah.
These people are too stupid to understand this.
It's Dell's fault.
Yeah.
Aye. It's moving because it's moving.
Dell time.
It's moving because it's moving.
Aye. They just God kicked the earth up its arse, and he just stands above it at the time.
Right.
I mean, they're as good as Globers, guys. I dropped my phone and it shows 0G, so therefore there's no gravity. Therefore it's an upward rising Earth.
Get out of my swamp, donkey.
I mean, that is just going proper wayward. It's like Pluto, man. It's Mars.
And continuously moving upward in what? Where is it moving
Where?
from to? And
They don't understand that even that constant movement that they're claiming to have, okay, it needs to be accelerating to keep that. Because if it's staying a constant and it's not accelerating anymore, it's not going to push you back to your seat. It's the same as in a car. You accelerate the car. While it's accelerating, it's pulling you back. When it's not, it's just at a constant, you're not pushed back to the seat anymore. And then so at what time has Earth been going faster than light speed?
Aye.
Where is it going into? What caused it to get that energy
would have
to get up
vanished
in the
by
first? It's stupid. It's really, there's no coherency with their argument at all. They drop things and say, "Oh, I see a thing fall. The things are not mixing, so therefore there's no force." No shit, Sherlock.
To me, it sounds like if I'm in a lift, like if you've got an upward rising Earth and you jump up, then surely you just got to jump up and the Earth's got to catch you up straight away. It just it doesn't do that. You get a 2.5 foot jump at most, and you come back down.
How do you calibrate an accelerometer if it's constantly moving?
You can calibrate it for when you drop it shows 1G, and when you don't drop it shows 0G.
Yeah, but you
It's
need
just
it,
how it's calibrated.
2 dingles, 1 berry.
you need it not to be accelerating to calibrate it.
Exactly. It's based on an impulse in a chip, in a silicon chip. It's as simple as that. It just picks it up. It's accelerating at a certain direction, at a vector. So you can calibrate it to say it's accelerating while it's sitting still on the table. And then when you drop it, it shows it's not accelerating. You can do it the other way around as well. It's literally programming. I don't know. Yeah, we're not in the mood for Delta audience right now, but those guys. I just want to say thank you, Roger Ledwell, for your $2 super chat, man. You rock. He says these two put the dingle in Dingleberry. Really appreciate it, Roger. You rock, man. And Godzilla37 for gifting 5 memberships. Woohoo! Really appreciate it, man. You are awesome. Let's see who got the memberships. I appreciate all the support, by the way, guys. You rock. Keep my
Awesome.
up.
Thanks, guys.
Derek Nelson, Sandro, Two Wolves, Ryan, and Jeff Gassett. Welcome to the membership.
Me again,
Really
darn it.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Rock.
Means you get to use the nice.
But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, I am planning, by the way, to be updating all the things.
Yeah.
I want to give the memberships and stuff more stuff.
More
But I am
emojis.
planning to get there, guys.
More emojis. They've been there a little while, haven't they? Might as well.
I want to get proper emojis. I want to get, like videos specifically just for members, because at the moment we have videos that come out members and then they still get released late as well.
I can't make them emojis anymore anyway because it was on a certain phone. You know what I mean? So, it's a thing. But I think you got a phone, didn't you, that could make them. Michael, didn't you? Yeah.
Have you considered doing something like a special where if somebody signs up for a year or something, you give them a free T-shirt or something? Like, you ever thought about that?
You can maybe think of doing something like that. That can also work, yeah. That's a good idea.
It might work.
Yeah. Let's carry on.
Well, skepticism when it comes to humans, biblical, I'm not skeptical about the Bible. I'm skeptical about
Oh,
the
then you're
television,
not being
news.
skeptical, and you're not more skeptical than a science if you're not being skeptical about the Bible.
That is total
That's
bullshit.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Come on, man.
It's like you have to be skeptical about the Bible. You have to be.
Okay, I'm going to give an
You
example.
must question.
Are
Yeah.
you skeptical about the pieces of shit coming out your butthole to the toilet? Okay.
Only
Are
when
you
they're painful.
Wait. But are you skeptical about Anne down the road who says she was abducted by a pink unicorn?
No, of course.
No, you're not skeptical because you believed in the one, you don't believe in the other.
Well, and the math shows it happened. So
Well,
But you see how ridiculous that is. That's ridiculous argument. Because you're skeptic about one thing and not skeptic about another, you're not skeptic.
stupid.
That's idiotic. I mean, I can guarantee he's not skeptic about the thing he ate earlier. So now, okay, Matt, you ate food earlier. You're not skeptical that you ate food, so therefore you're not a skeptic.
No.
But you're going to argue with and say, yeah, you're a skeptic about the flat Earth. Really idiotic. That wasn't a real burp, by the way.
That sounded great. I thought it was, to be honest.
No, I'm skeptical. It wasn't a real burp.
Skepticism doesn't cherry pick what it's going to be skeptical about.
That is total bullshit as well.
What's he giant about? He's opening his mouth and let his belly rumble.
But you can also be more skeptical in one area than other people are.
Uh-huh.
You can be, but that doesn't mean you should be.
Then you just debunked your argument because you agree with it.
Wow.
You should be skeptical of liars.
Tough, dude.
Uh-huh.
And if the Bible keeps proving to be true over and over and over, how the hell are you going to be a skeptic of it?
Exactly.
But if you do follow the Bible, you are having faith, like the Bible says. You know, in seeing things are true. So, yeah, you're not supposed to be skeptic of the Bible if you're a Christian. It goes against Christianity. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to be like Jesus, but I'm not actually sure if he was like, or even if he existed.
Okay, look, it's a different story if you're not a Christian yet. You can be skeptic. It's fine. But as soon as you accept Jesus, where the skepticism goes away. There's no skeptic because you've accepted him. You know the truth. You understand? So what's there to be skeptic about? Because if you're saying
Go
you're
to
skeptic
jail.
about the
Go
Bible,
directly to jail.
yeah, but think about it. If you say you're skeptic about the Bible and you claim to be a Christian, then you're not a true Christian, unfortunately, because then you're saying you don't believe what you believe.
Sorry.
You have doubts about what you believe. That's the sad truth.
Yeah. Sorry.
Skepticism should be skeptical about everything.
I would disagree. I think the Bible is the thing that we can
Well, you're
trust most
wrong.
in this
I'm
world.
telling
How can we
you-
No, Matt, you're wrong. You just debunked your own argument 2 seconds ago. Means you're wrong.
I hate that when somebody tells you you're wrong when you know you're not.
Oh, I definitely got to find out when these guys will call, when they have an in-call sometime. Maybe maybe I can do it on if it's on like a holiday. Wake up like 2 a.m. if I have to just to do this, just to call in. It'll be fun.
Aye.
As somebody who
Because if this is the level of rebuttal they have, I'm going to make them pull their hair at the end of the stream.
That'd be fun to watch, actually.
Flat Earther causes Matt Dillahunty to take pain medication for heart failure. They'll probably have stress.
Well, it is failing.
She's struggling to compute what's going on. That's understandable because she didn't really understand. I still don't see where the Big Bang was with anything. He doesn't. All he's been doing all night is just having fallacies, and he doesn't even understand. He contradicts himself. But there was nothing from these guys so far.
who's been a skeptic from the beginning, you can disagree with me about skepticism, just like you can disagree about the scientist, about the shape of the earth, but you are wrong, and demonstrably so.
No,
just saying someone's wrong doesn't make them wrong.
No,
prove it. Right, and just prove it. He's so sciencey, then go ahead and fucking prove it.
You have a beard.
Yeah.
I mean,
What you hold is true.
no. Confident. He's so confident about it. You can tell it.
No hair is gray.
It's pride.
But I mean-
Confidence. It's just
See,
pride.
you're supposed to test all things and hold fast what is good, right?
But how do you think he would go on if
Maybe
I
it's
had
science.
him? Every time he says something, I just say, no, you're wrong.
Yep.
And I don't tell him how he's wrong. I don't show evidence that he is wrong. I just say you're wrong.
Nope.
Yep.
How will he go? Or how will he get offended?
So I'd like to interject here with a story that I really feel you need to look up. I think you need to look up the tale of Anne Hodges, who was struck by a meteorite that multiple people saw that crashed through her roof and left an enormous wound on her side. She survived.
Sure it did.
And we've seen balloons fall from the sky too. Let's not forget about that.
Oh, those balloons hurt. Don't let those hit you.
Let's talk about that one.
We see them. It's not like we've seen onesies, twosies.
One in Brazil?
We've seen many of those balloons come down.
Yeah, in the Smithsonian magazine, 1954. Ah, and she's just bruised. Okay, let me show you guys.
Yeah, I was just all right. If you got it up, I've got it up as well.
She's just chilling. Look at her.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry. Is that any evidence of a meteorite hitting her?
No.
Hail.
That looks like he's been painted on.
Hail
Ugly
happens.
thing.
It looks like she's in pain, to be honest.
No, she's looking down thinking, how am I going to clean that off?
But it doesn't look
Oh my
like
goodness,
a
you spilled
bruise.
your coffee.
I'm sorry, but does that even
It looks
look
like a
a
Hershey
bruise?
Highway.
Is there a picture of the meteorite? Meteorite.
There's your house.
Rock. Okay. And
Yeah, I
where's
wanna
the
see a
hole?
picture of the meteorite.
I want to see
Ooh,
the
look at
gore.
There you go.
There's a hole.
Show me the rock that went through.
And look,
her.
it's lit up because it's still burning.
Oh, yeah.
The meteorite damaged the ceiling of a home where Anne Elizabeth Hodges and her husband lived.
Yeah, and I bet there's no scotches on them splinters of wood at all.
Yeah. So where's the meteorites too? Where them things at? Where's that meteorite?
At the time, Americans Scottish threat nuclear war, blah blah blah, and the Air Force took custody of the object. Oh yeah. Just by chance, the Air Force took custody of the object, guys, to verify that it was indeed a meteorite. Officers at Maxwell Air Force Base promised that it would be returned to the Hodges household, which coincidentally stood across the street from a drive-in theater named the Comet. It featured non-depiction of comets in space. Identifying the object as a meteorite was relatively easy, but determining its ownership became complicated. Oh, really? Whoever thought that. The Hodges rented their home and their landlady, Birdie Guy, thought the meteorite belonged to her. Suing is the only way she'll ever get it, Anne Hodges said, adding, I think God intended for me. The case eventually was settled out of court, Guy getting $500 to let Anne Hodges keep the meteorite. When Eugene Hodges was able to find the buyer for it, the family used it as a doorstop for the hole a while before donating it to the Alabama Museum of Natural History. Let me see. So it should be there, guys, at the Alabama. Let's see if we can get it quickly.
Let's see this neon meteorite.
I had to sue for it. And then after all this finagling, she finally got it back and then just used it for a doorstop. Okay.
I mean, it came through the ceiling. It came through the roof. It like kind of like tumbled down. How the heck did it hit her head?
Okay, I want to show you guys something. Look at the size of that thing.
Oh.
That's the rock. That's the rock that hit this woman.
Yeah,
that's the rock that hit the woman.
Ain't no way she lived. Ain't no way
there's
she
no
lived
fucking
through
way.
that.
That thing would have ruined everything in that house, including her.
Why did it destroy the roof and not her leg?
I think I want to show you if I can find it. Oh man, what would happen if a size of a little pebble that they claimed at that speed hits?
It's still making a massive hole. Doesn't matter. At that speed, dude.
Yeah.
You ever shoot a 177?
Pulverized. It's got pulverized everything right about it, and it's just got.
Roger Leto of the $2
course I have.
Super Chat, he says, true skeptic believes water might be dry.
Yeah. Dehydrated water. I'm selling
Could
that
be.
for survival purpurposes.
Well, what
$9.95 per box, and you
Thank
can
you,
get the
Roger. You
whole
rock,
box
man.
of dehydrated water. You just add water, and there you go. You're good.
You
to
go,
go.
it's brilliant. Good stuff,
I'll
man.
donate it to the museum afterwards for $500. Hey,
Hey, water might not be dry, but it's certainly not wet. It's not wet either.
Let's see. How much damage?
Yeah, it's got to cause some nice small edge.
What impact would a pea-sized meteor have when it
Yeah,
hits?
do that one, a pea.
Okay, let's see. If a meteorite the size of a pea landed on the road in front of you, what sort of impact would you have? How big would it have been? Okay, let's see. Just the size of a pea. It goes to say that meteorites lose about 30 to 60% of their mass. We don't want to know that. We just want to know what it does. Meteorites between the size of a grain of sand and about 4 inches, that's 10 centimeters, in diameter, create a bright light trail, usually burn up the atmosphere. Meteorites between, okay, whatever. We want to see what it does to the actual.
Well, I know that a 177 caliber bullet will devastate some shit.
Yep.
unless you're Trump.
And that's only.
Just Trump.
Sorry.
Oh,
I couldn't hold back.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You're gonna make me get my bandage out, man.
Get it out, man. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, there we go.
I want to see your ear.
All right.
It healed. And Jesus, God
Right.
God was looking out for my ear, and He healed it
Bit
up.
of mud, a little bit of mud, and a prayer to the Most High.
Wow. Praise
Heal
God.
anything.
By his
He's
stripes.
now
we are
crediting. Now he's really appealing to the Christians and saying it was God that stopped the bullet from tearing his head off. Didn't stop it from tearing the other guy's head off, though. But that's all right. He died.
Of course. Of course.
But look at my ear. You know. God. And these people, they go right along with it. They're just like, oh, and none of them bright enough to realize that it doesn't freaking matter who votes. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you didn't get that the last time, you're not going to ever get it. Okay, it's not who votes; it's who counts the votes. And your popular vote doesn't freaking matter. They don't have to go along with it. They're going to install Kamala Harris. Okay, they're going to install her. Watch.
Yep.
And
And then
nobody
you know what
gonna
they're
do
gonna
shit
say?
about it.
They're gonna say we had a black president, we had a woman president, we had that's what they're gonna say.
Vlad, she's
then-
got superpowers, Vlad. She is able to spontaneously change ethnicities at will.
Oh,
She used to be Indian, but now she's black.
yeah. And then I don't know if you remember, but during the holidays, she burnt a green, black, and red menorah, right, in celebration of Kwanzaa, because her Indian family was celebrating Kwanzaa every year when they were kids, and they were talking about stories about their elders and about the struggles of the black community. Yeah.
I just want to ask something. I'm reading all over here. They say just that a rock, a space rock that has 5 to 10 grams will be more than enough to kill a person. I'm sure that rock was more than 5 or 10 grams.
Dude, that rock was 2 kilos, 3 kilos.
Yeah.
I know that 62 grain is enough to kill a person, much less grams.
Yeah.
Because remember, when they look at things like meteor things, they look at the kinetic energy it has on impact.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is fake, guys. There's
Yeah.
no ways that was a real. I'm sorry.
Imagine getting hit with a bullet this big. You get hit with a bullet this big, you're going to die. Okay, that's all there is. You're going to die.
Yeah, you're going to die a lot.
Somebody being hit by like that.
Oh, guys, and I want to say something to Matt. You see, this is called being skeptic.
Oh, yeah.
That's what skeptic.
Critical.
But I believe the Bible's true, so apparently I'm not a skeptic now, guys. Because I cherry pick what I'm skeptic about.
Of course.
Insane. Okay, let's carry on.
In the membrane.
In the membrane.
I'm dead because it only caught her on the side. But they like this is something that happened in recorded human history that actually impacted a live human.
And you know what? It is possible that someone could have set it up and made a hoax to be able to be famous.
Yeah,
Here goes
'cause
Alex Jones with his, it's recorded in my family history.
yeah.
Right. I know that idiot.
You know, if we
I have the documents.
I don't know how fast. I don't know how fast a 50 cal
hospital.
bullet. Yeah, I don't know how fast a 50 cal bullet travels, but let's bring it to real life. A 50 cal bullet is smaller than that, and a 50 cal bullet, if it travels near you, just near you, close enough, it can destroy your body.
Dude, I saw
And it travels
I saw where
slower,
they-
and it's smaller than that.
I saw a video where they shot a 50 cal at a deer and it went like this close to its head and its eyes came out.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean these meteorites.
Yeah.
That sounds
much
painful.
more. And I mean they claim these meteorites have much more kinetic energy than a 50 cal. So
Yes.
it's weird.
A 50 cal bullet's got to split you in half, surely.
Yes.
And
Like,
and
just-
doesn't it look weird that bruise that she had was like almost looked like it's painted on black?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like
a bruise. That's all she got was a bruise. It penetrated a solid roof, but just gave her a
It was
bruise.
scarlet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird because the thing is, if that had to hit a person, you'll probably die from internal injuries.
Dude, you came in, you seen that photo? It came in the roof at sort of a 90, pretty much 90 degree. How did it hit her hip?
That thing would
I-
sort her.
you know what I think happened? Her
Yeah.
husband was on the roof, and he put his foot through the roof by accident, and they had to have an excuse because they didn't want to pay for the bills.
Same.
So then they took a rock and they threw it there, and then she's damaged.
Oh, I.
Yeah.
We claim.
It's called insurance scams, guys.
First, he hit her with an ugly stick.
I was hit by a meteorite, and that pays
500
double
meters.
indemnity because I have a special meteorite clause in my insurance.
Look at that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane. Now that's just a 50 cal, okay?
Jeez.
Much smaller. And look at the crater it left in that rock.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah, look at
my
that.
goodness. And much
You
slower
didn't even touch
too.
him. That was just near him.
Yeah, and much slower too. I think Alan Nordstrom said 2,750 feet per second.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's much slower than a meteorite travels through, supposedly a meteorite travels through this atmosphere. That's much slower than the freaking space shuttle supposed to be entering back into our. Isn't the space shuttle supposed to be coming in at 26,000 miles an hour?
Terminal
Right?
velocity is only like 200 miles per hour. How do you figure it's going to get going fast enough to explode? I don't get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, if something spins at that speed, it explodes.
Flatside's froze again.
Oh,
Flat.
It's because those Starlink satellites are sucking up all the internet.
yeah, we hear you, dude. We hear you.
Yeah, man, it's all
Yeah,
good.
you found it in reality, dude. You've gone again, dude. Oh, we've all.
We've lost
Oh,
reality.
Reality. Oh, yeah,
He's back.
We found reality. Watch out.
we found reality. We found it in
I
reality.
don't know what's wrong with the internet tonight. I mean, it's insane.
Our mind's been playing up as well over the past few.
Oh yeah, let's see if we can carry on. We're never gonna get through this video.
Never.
And then we have hundreds, if not thousands. And I know this because I just went to the Wikipedia article where you can sort by.
Oh, Wikipedia, where people can change things.
No,
Wikipedia is such a trusted source, guys.
so trusted.
It is. Of course it is.
Or you have to manually sort it, but known craters and known meteorites that were found within those craters, including the Tunguska event. It was seen by numerous people, and it wasn't even the.
Who are these numerous people?
Show
Where
us
is the evidence?
then.
Numerous people.
If that's that simple.
Don't you guys find it really odd that there were just people in Siberia that just magically appeared to, hey, look, there's a meteor. Let's all take film in 1908.
Yep.
and film it. And then, oh, guys, let's just say all our house windows out of 50-mile radius just blew out. And I don't even know if there were people that lived close by.
Mm.
There's no evidence of anything they're presenting. They're just making claims.
Yep. Bullshit on top of bullshit on top of bullshit. They just stack it freaking high.
Mm-hmm.
The only meteorite that they found in the Tunguska Basin, they found all sorts of
It's
little
called
miniature
wind pudding.
bolides
Walk
that
away
also
high.
were of extraterrestrial origin because they have a composition that only meteorites have. High amounts of iridium,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh, we don't get iridium, guys. We don't get iridium on Earth.
Yeah. No. You know, there's there are iridium mines in Haiti that the U.S. is over there stealing from the Haitian people. Well, I guess you could call it stealing. But yeah, you've got iridium mines all over Haiti right now.
But
That
it's
place
weird.
is just-
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's weird. It's something we do get on Earth, iridium.
Right.
Earth has a lot of iridium, yet it's claiming, oh, you only get this in the meteors, iridium. Oh, I don't know. Then how the hell did they do Chernobyl if they didn't have any iridium?
Exactly.
They did it differently with magic.
No. We froze again.
Our iridium is special.
Aaron, you're rubbing off on everybody, man. What's up?
Oh no! Don't blame me, please.
Blame it on Roger.
All right.
Yeah, Robot Roger.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
Roger.
Yes, you're back. Back again. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end this here then for not tonight.
Because it's
And
playing
tomorrow
out.
we can do part 2 of this. You guys up for that?
Yeah,
totally.
Because the internet is not doing too good tonight. So,
Uh-oh.
Part 2. What do you mean? I thought it was part 2.
Yeah, I'm down.
12 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can start a bit earlier. We'll see. So, what are you guys' closing thoughts on tonight?
You know, I definitely would like to see you appear. I'll even back you up. And if these guys would, because they're a little bit more eloquent, I think that would be a good idea. But I'd like to see you appear on his telephone stuff,
Yeah,
that
that
guy
would-
Matt, and then argue and go to bat with them. You know what I'm saying?
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I know.
To just shoot his bullshit down. And if his little partner over there would show up just to make her claims again, we could shoot those down as well.
I think
think
it's
that
a
would be a
show
good
they
idea.
do together, though. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Is it all right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I second that. I think that would be good. I think that.
Yeah. And it would be good for their people to show up and watch this discourse take place. I think that would be very important.
It's people that watch has probably never seen like a reputable. Well,
guys, they're live now.
actually knows. Do you know what I mean?
They're live right now.
They're live
Oh,
right now.
shit.
Oh,
Matt
Ah,
Dillahunty-
shit.
Wait.
no, what?
Wait. It's Matt Dillahunty with
What happened?
Aaron Raw.
Oh no!
Nice.
Aaron Raw and Matt Dillahunty.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. Rah. He
Yeah.
is such a wow. Don't like it, dude, but I'd love to see you kick his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the horns above his head. What an ass.
Aaron Raw is. I don't
What
like the
the hell?
Oh, is it that Satanist? That dude looks
Yeah.
like Anton LaVey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wears a black
Oh.
sometimes. But look
I
at
don't
him.
like Aaron Raw at all. He's
With
just
the
like
horn.
that
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, he's
And look how he places himself so that it looks like the horns are coming out of his head.
yeah. Oh.
He-
You
Yeah.
believe in God? Will you
Yeah.
explain why? Yes, and I will explain.
He's
There we go.
looking at his monitor and he's
Yeah.
placing, he's keeping his head that still just to stay in there. I'm telling you.
I wonder.
What an asshole. I'm sorry.
Get in there, beat his ass.
Location.
Oh, it
Yes.
says, "Do you believe in God and will you explain?" That's the. Oh, that's. Oh, wow.
God.
I
So
put
Dak
5%.
is considered to be an atheist, but he has all this Baal worship stuff, and
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you be an atheist?
Guys, you're gonna have to maybe.
You've got to ask him that, though, Flats.
Let's see what
I'm
they say.
muting.
You did not initiate the connection in time. What? Really? Okay. Allow. Ooh, it's calling it.
There go the rainbow flags appearing in his channel. Nice. The rainbow flag and the blue and white, the blue, white, and pink flag. I'm
What's
waiting
that
for a
supposed to
Pedia.
be?
Yeah, it's you combine them, you probably get a Pedialyte flag too.
What is a
Wow.
pink one? What's a pink one supposed to be?
That's the Transformers flag.
Do they have like their own country or something? Is that what they're going to use in battle, or
It's
how does that
Cybertron.
work?
Cybertron, isn't it? Transformers.
Yeah,
It's their own planet. Cybertron.
Yeah, exactly. They live on Cybertron.
Cybertron.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Lord.
Mount Etna's erupting. Cool.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's like all kinds of crazy shit going on all over the world right now. UK's popping off.
There's a video of me with a booger hanging, and it's fine. It's not like virtually everybody else has had a booger hanging at some point. We all know what it's like, but I'd like to know, because I'd like to not, be sitting here representing the show and the atheist community with, nostrils hanging and waving like, hey, let me tell you about morality. Here's my nose.
I've got nose gold to prove my.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's. We got a couple theist callers here with things to potentially address. Kevin in Oregon, pronouns are he him. I'm gonna read this, Kevin, just because I kind of want to make sure I get it all here. You say it's complicated, but you're leaning heavily toward theism. Why should I be an atheist? It's not. I'm going to let you get in here in a second, Kevin. It's not a should-be question, unless the should is based on I want to believe as many true things and as few false things as possible. And so then it comes down to, has any
At least we know the
claim
times
met its
that
burden of proof? If it has, you should.
So you're in
accept
line?
it, and if it hasn't,
Yeah.
you should not.
Oh, nice.
That's the sum total. But go ahead, Kevin. Welcome. You're on with Aaron and Matt.
I wouldn't say so. I'll respond to that. I would say that this isn't a propositional claim. This is more of a properly basic belief sort of claim. This is something that you.
Then I'm not interested.
Right, I know you're not, but
then he's not interested. I like that.
Okay. Then why did you call? Then why did you call? Then why did you call? Then why did you call to present something that you know I'm not interested in?
Well, because I want to challenge you on some of the things you say that are demonstrably not true.
No. It says here that you're leaning heavily towards theism. Why should you be an atheist?
Yeah.
I answered that
Right.
question. If you think that theism is properly basic, then you should be a theist. But I don't. And that your belief that it's
you
properly
did it one
basic
time, though, right?
is your police. No, I didn't believe it was properly basic. I believed it was
Why
true.
did you believe before?
I'm an evidential. I'm an evident. What? Go ahead. You're interrupting me. Go ahead. Ask your question again.
Sorry. No, I don't mean to
It's
interrupt.
quite rude
you.
with his caller, isn't it?
I
He's
thought
a
it
prick.
was
Sorry.
interrupt.
Yeah, he is. He's
I don't
a
need
real
an
ass.
explanation. Just what? What?
Why?
Thank you, Godzilla, for your $10. Really appreciate it. It says calling.
I was convinced it was true.
Yeah, call him, Matt. Worth it.
But
Yeah,
for
we'll
what
wait and
reason?
see. Hopefully, I can come on.
I have lots of reasons. I'm not going into them. I said I didn't ever believe it was properly basic. My reasons for believing in Christianity are irrelevant, just like my reasons for believing in witchcraft are irrelevant. The evidence is no longer sufficient to believe that those things are true. That's it.
He never
I
believes
want
in any
people to
evidence.
call in and defend their beliefs with evidence and argument. If you're just going to say that theism is properly basic, not only does that make your proposed subject a lie, because you don't think that there's something there to be convinced of, you think it's just properly basic, but also you're now calling in about something that is useless to the show and to me.
Wow.
And you knew it.
He doesn't want to hear
But,
the
but you
guy's
don't have
argument.
any reasons why anyone should be an atheist, correct?
You are
think you
useless
should
to
be.
our show.
Yes, and I said it before you even said a fucking word.
Oh.
I said
Okay,
if
but-
theism has not met its burden of proof, then you should be an atheist.
I think we're going to push biblical cosmology.
Yeah, and the way that I would put that is if you care what the truth is, then you're not going to say that things are true until you can show the truth of it. And you don't want to be fooled into believing anything that is not evidently true.
Shut up, Aaron.
Okay, so a lot of people had arguments about Einstein came along. They were all wrong. Arguments are apes making noises. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with it.
They were all wrong.
No, Kevin. We're talking about whether or not theism, the claim that there's a God, has met its burden of proof.
Yes.
You think that theism is properly basic. I don't. Apart from, outside of it being properly basic, do you think that theistic claims have met their burden of proof?
Hi there. Thanks so much for calling the line. My name is Stephanie, and my pronouns are she,
long
her.
pause.
This key-
Pronouns.
They booted that guy, didn't they? They kicked him out.
Pronouns.
Hello? Keith?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, Keith.
Hello?
Going once, going twice.
Hello?
We can hear
I am
you
talking.
on the
I am
phone,
talking.
bro. We can hear you.
Keith.
Can you hear me now?
Speak.
Anybody there?
Speak.
Speak.
Go ahead.
They found out who you were, Keith. Hello?
Ready to connect. Click connect to show now.
There we go.
The line. You will soon be connected to the call screen.
You may listen to the show while waiting.
Don't
A beeping noise will indicate when you are on with the host.
Are we clear on answering the fucking question?
Yes.
Cool. Why is it so fucking difficult for me to say, answer the question, are we clear? And then immediately you don't answer the fucking question. What's wrong with you, Kevin?
Oh, that's because of you already know the answer. That's because there's a delay on the call. You say it all the time. See, this is what
There is a delay, you little lying fuckface. But that's not why you decide to reiterate. So here, listen.
This guy's a douchebag.
He is.
He has problems sleeping at night, too.
A logical burden of proof, or are you just a believer because you feel it as you
I
just
might have
claimed?
to call this guy's show.
Oh.
I don't just feel it though. I know things that you cannot. You know things that you can't demonstrate. All sorts of things. It's that same
Goodbye,
sort of
Kevin.
feeling.
By definition,
Kevin.
no. By
I
definition,
wonder if I
no.
should try and do it on my phone.
If you can't show it, you don't know it.
Let's try and do it on
Yeah.
my
You may
phone.
think you know
Do
a
it.
lot of things. You may think you know. You may.
I think I'm gonna rather try and do it on my phone
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
because
You've
I think
been banned.
it doesn't give me any microphone settings there. So I'm gonna try to do it through my phone quickly.
Well, me too, I am, man. He's just an idiot.
That dude is so fucking disrespectful to his guests.
He's a real prick. I've seen
Yeah.
him on debates, and he's an asshole.
Yeah.
100%.
He probably wakes up in the middle of the night with cold shakes and shivers, man. I tell you.
So what did he do, and what does he do? What did he do, like, in his life?
Just an atheist apologist. He just does debates, actually.
He's a
Okay, let's try again
professional
on my
goat.
phone.
He's a professional goat sacrificer or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a weird fucking guy.
He thinks he's fucking Anton LaVey with that fucking look and that mustache.
I
Like,
don't know, man.
so he's
More like
so,
a goat humper.
yeah.
Okay, let's see.
That guy's a demon.
Okay, ready? Connect to show.
Want it? We want it.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Now,
Beeping noise will indicate when you are on with the host. If you're calling in to say, yeah,
Be sure and tell him your pronouns, Black
you're
Rose.
on your phone now, okay?
I'm gonna.
hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Awesome. Sorry, yeah, I was on the computer. I didn't want to seem to work. I'm on the PC. On my phone now. Yeah, I just want to say, yes, the God of the Bible is true.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Where are you calling from?
From South Africa.
Okay.
From South Africa.
Yeah, I gotcha. And I take it you're a theist.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And Keith, are there pronouns that you prefer to be addressed as?
No, I'm just an ordinary guy.
Ordinary guy.
I'm just a normal guy.
When people say Keith left his cell phone somewhere, they never say he left his cell phone somewhere.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm a male. I'm still old school.
Man.
Keith, are you there?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm saying I'm still here.
Keith,
yes, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm saying I'm old school. I'm still a male.
Always will be.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just old school, still a male. We're just trying to be respectful.
Yeah. No, I understand you because you get a lot of people you can offend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I hope you're not offended by my typing in exactly what you told me. Old school, still a male.
No, fuck.
Haven't fell for the freak show yet.
When he starts painting his toenails, let us know.
Okay. All right, great. Thanks so much for calling the line.
Appreciate it.
And put you in the host queue right now. Thanks again.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
You have been put in queue. A beeping noise will indicate when you are on with the host.
Oh my God.
Demonstrated. Watch.
What are your pronouns?
Demonstrated.
Male. E.
You're not an it.
He's calling from South Africa. Pronouns are old school, still a male. I don't recognize those as pronouns at all, Keith, but Keith says the God of the Bible is shown to be true. Can you show that your pronouns are pronouns?
Yeah, they're all sorts of pronouns. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm just old school. It's male. Always be male, still going to be male.
Male isn't a pronoun.
No, I know. I don't care about pronouns. I'm born male, I stay male.
So, but what we're asking is if somebody, you do understand we're just asking people what their preferred pronouns are. And so if you don't have preferred pronouns, you can just say any or no preference. But when you say something like still a male, it shows me that you don't even understand the basics of common.
No, it was a joke. I thought we were talking about God, yeah, not about pronouns.
It reads as if you wanted to make a statement by saying that you're old school.
You got that wind.
That was me. Hold on.
So I'll stop now, and you can prove that the God of the Bible has been shown to be true. Go ahead.
Okay. Simple. God of the Bible has been shown to be true because all creation shows it to be true.
Yes. Except that there's no such thing as creation, and all reality shows that creationism and God is not true.
Okay, you've just made a claim. Prove it. Show me one thing that's not created, please.
Well, hang on. Hang on. All right.
Yes, please do. Sure.
Your claim first.
You just made a claim that everything is shown not to be created. So show me one thing that is not created, please.
Keith, can you answer my question? You made a claim first. Why shouldn't you have to defend?
Yeah,
your
my claim is
before our-
all creation shows God to be true. You can't show me one thing that's not created. So the burden's on you.
How? Keith. How?
How?
Keith.
Okay, let's see.
Keith.
I got a Ferrari in my backyard. It's created, correct?
Oh my God. Keith, you made a claim first.
Mm-hmm.
Claim before RN defenses. That's my question. Answer it.
My claim is all creation shows God to be true. That's my claim.
Answer my fucking question.
I just did.
No, shut up, Keith, and mute you again. I swear.
Dude, this guy has issues, like huge issues.
Fearful. English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Ja, ek verstaan 'n baie beter as jy.
Yes or no question. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Here we go. You made a claim before RN made his claim and asked the question, shouldn't you have to defend your claim first? Yes or no?
Yes, and my claim is all creation shows God to be true. Maybe you don't understand how English sentences work.
And
you know the 3,000 people watching you getting triggered because you don't understand sentence structure. It's not my problem.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything in creation points to God.
Oh, really? Okay. So would you agree that
Keith claimed
mm-hmm.
all creation shows that it is true that the God of the Bible exists? That is your claim, yes or no?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Now, all we need to know is, is there anything that exists that is not part of the set that you've called all creation?
Sorry, say again?
Is there anything that exists in reality that is not a part of the set of things that you are calling all creation?
No, everything is created. If the foundation is created by God, everything that comes after is by default from the creation.
These are yes or no fucking questions.
You want me to answer you? I'm answering you. This is how debating works, man.
Chief,
why are you getting so triggered?
I'm going to mute you, and I'm only going to unmute you long enough to say yes or no.
You seem to be stubborn, man.
Or what?
You are showing that you have no argument here. I'm trying to help you out.
So that everybody can understand exactly what you're claiming. And then once we've established that, I will then allow you to defend that beyond a yes or no.
Okay, try
Do you
again.
understand yes or no?
Yes, try again.
So you're saying that all creation shows that the God of the Bible is true. And my question was, is everything that exists in reality part of the set that you're saying is all creation?
Yes.
So this towel that I'm holding is part of creation. This comb that I'm holding is part of creation.
Yes.
And this piece of sand that is on my desk is part of creation, correct?
Yes.
How does this piece of sand demonstrate that the God of the Bible is true? That's not a yes or no question. You may begin your defense that this piece of sand proves the Bible.
Because of its molecular structure, it can only be created. Nature can't create itself.
How do you know?
But if nature always existed and was never created, then it didn't create itself.
That would violate the first law of thermodynamics.
Wait, the first law of
Thermodynamics only applies inside the universe, not outside.
We are in the
It
universe,
also
are we not?
says that matter cannot be created or destroyed. So our position is that it wasn't created and won't be destroyed. So you are arguing for a position that violates the first law of thermodynamics.
No.
Yours is the
you
one
are.
that you need to defend your violation of that first law. We're not violating it. You are.
No, you're trying to reverse the burden onto me. You just claimed that your uncreation is not violating the first law of thermodynamics, where it specifically says nothing can be created or destroyed, only transformed or transformed. Why not let me finish my rebuttal?
If the first law of thermodynamics implies that matter can be created or destroyed, and we made that matter was created and will not be destroyed, then we are in perfect concordance with the first law, since material energy.
I paid my dollar to say he's a dumper.
Existed even the beginning of time in most models of cosmogony, then there was never a point when there was just nothing. There was never a point when there was a creation at all. Matter and energy were not created, but you are maintaining that they were. So you are violating the first law. You have to justify your violation of the first law of thermodynamics.
Supernatural.
Leave it on us. You're the one.
Okay, I'm going to tell you again. You claiming against the first law because you claiming it popped out of nothing. You claiming nature was just there from nothing. That is creation. Do you know what creation means? Do you know the definition of creation?
Finish.
Hello?
You're saying that matter and energy were created. We're saying they were not.
Exactly. So you violating it because you're claiming it came out of nothing.
Stop. It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. We don't believe there was ever a point. We don't believe there was ever a point when there was just nothing.
Oh, so it was there from the
You
beginning.
believe in creation ex nihilo. You're the one who believes in creation ex nihilo, not us. Don't blame us for your flaws.
No, I believe in the creator. You see, this is where you guys have a category error. You trying to take your naturalistic view and say the nature was creating its creator. God is the uncreated. He doesn't
apply to the origin of the universe. It only applies within the system. So everything that's been thermodynamics is completely irrelevant.
No, we're all in the universe.
So
we're all in the universe, so it's not irrelevant. You just hand wave dismissing it.
Keith.
Is this the best you
Well,
got,
you're in the
man? Come
universe,
on.
But the origin of the universe, shut up. The origin of the universe in the universe.
Yes, it is.
I give him 2 more minutes.
There's another universe.
It is. So you're saying the origin of the universe.
These people are a waste of time. They don't listen.
You first have to prove that there is such thing as another universe.
No, I'm not saying there's another universe. I didn't claim there's another universe.
So there's only one universe.
I don't know. That's how it got its name, universe, but there may in fact be others we don't know. But that's not completely.
So in other words, it's a non sequitur. You're pushing me. Well done.
I knew you were going to fucking interrupt. I'm going to mute you.
Oh my goodness.
Listen.
Oh my goodness.
Drop you like a hot fucking rock.
Yeah, because I'm showing you to be I'm showing you to be ignorant, and you have nothing but insults.
Well, before you were trying to point out that the cause of the universe is the creator, which is external to the universe. What I'm saying is that the first law of thermodynamics applies within the system. It does not apply outside of the system. So it is not a violation of the first law of thermodynamics to create a universe, because the law of thermodynamics applies to the universe that exists. It doesn't necessarily apply to any other universe. It doesn't necessarily apply to a meta-universe. And all it says is that matter and energy within the universe cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. But that's within the universe, just like thermodynamics applies within a closed system. And if there's some external source putting something into the system, that is how you address that. Here's the thing. I want how a grain of sand demonstrates the truth of the God of the Bible. Go.
Easy. It's in the universe. Show me grain of sand outside the universe. You just claimed it's outside. So you're making claims on my behalf, which is showing you hand wave dismissing what the first law of thermodynamics is stating. Remember, when I say God created, he is uncreated. He is not bound by natural laws. You guys are claiming nature created itself. Well, you said not created, so you're saying it just popped out of nowhere, which by definition is creation because it had to just appear. So the burden's on you guys.
He's hung up on you. He's hung up on you.
Oh, they ended the call, guys.
Yeah, of course.
They blocked. They
quote Joe, crickets, man, crickets.
Lost.
Yeah.
And that is how you embarrass those two idiots.
Absolutely. Do you know something? They're a waste of time. All they want to do is just shout over the top, idiot. And why was it this one grain of sand? Why is it just the grain of sand he's on about? You know, idiots.
But that's the thing. This is how he knows he had nothing. He didn't expect me actually to know anything.
Sweet Fanny Adams, nothing.
Oh, he got buttered real quick with the thermodynamics because he knew where that was going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he just right away. It was like,
And now I'm gonna comment in the. I'm gonna comment now in the comment section and say, "Oh, so he just kicks me because I kick his ass."
I said, yeah.
Aaron Raw. Wait, what is that?
That something exists. And so all he's doing is that the whole of creation attests to there being a creator. And that is just an unfounded assertion. There is the first law of thermodynamics is completely irrelevant.
Why?
It's completely irrelevant. You might as well be talking about heat transfer and fluid flow in an open system. It does not work. That is not the way any of this works. I am so fucking sick of these weak ass. All of creation proves the creator. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for wasting all that time. Thanks for refusing to answer the question. Thanks for
over and over,
trying to
did I not?
spin it.
You did.
Hey,
and he just made a claim, didn't
you
he?
bet. And you know what?
There's no space.
If Aaron wants to
It's a
actually
closed
defend
system.
his claim that everything in creation attests that there isn't a God, he can do that. You want to? Like, we got time.
I think I could.
Oh, shut up, Aaron.
How does this grain of sand
Friggin' ask for your
prove
help.
there isn't a God?
If we look back to the formation of chemical periodicity, which I realize is just a theory, we have interestingly, Fred Hoyle was the one that came up with what was it, stellar nucleosynthetic theory. And Hoyle was not a fan of evolution. He didn't know fuck all about evolution. He was a complete
This wasn't about evolution, Aaron.
idiot when it comes to biology and phylogenetics and such, and he always used creationist arguments. He actually believed in a form of creationism. He thought that new hydrogen atoms had to be constantly created by an intelligent designer, even though he described himself as an atheist. But he came up with stellar nucleosynthetic theory for how in the early formation of the universe, how we formulate these different chemicals, which of course then coalesce into planetary accretion theory, which was devised by a handful of other people. So how we get this like massive ball of different materials on the earth, and there's no need for a magic intelligent being
he's trying
to have.
Do you hear what he's saying? He's busy trying to defend creationism. You know how things are pop out of without creation. Literally, what he just said doesn't exist. He's literally.
And he's also said it's all a theory because it can't be proved. So,
yeah.
Double talk. That's the whole principle behind what he did. Double talk. That's all.
Double speak.
That's embarrassing. These guys got whipped around. I didn't even have to try.
No. Their whole shtick is to sit there and discredit you by yelling at you and by belittling you, instead of taking you head on and actually arguing.
Yep. Wow.
But
the
only argument that we have that we hear from theists is you can't explain X.
He's reading the chat.
Therefore, magic. And if that's the best argument you've got, and that usually is the only argument they've got, well, then you don't have an argument.
None of that shows how a grain of sand proves that God doesn't exist. The fact that it leads
that God doesn't exist.
That's what you claimed. You claimed that everything in creation demonstrates that God doesn't exist. So I asked, how does this grain of sand?
There's no creation.
The point is, if a God claim is unfalsifiable and you claim that you falsified it, that's a mistake.
Yep. I grant that.
I don't think you can get there from a grain. I think everything you said about the grain of sand and getting to Adam and Eve being genetically impossible is the same. This goes back to the video that I was posting the other day about hyperbole. Everything the Bible says is wrong. That's not true. this grain of sand proves there isn't a God. That's not true either. But if instead of exaggerating, we can point out the Bible gets all kinds of things wrong, right down to Adam and Eve, and the absurdity of Adam and Eve being genetically impossible as the progenitors of the entire human species, in conflict with what we actually know about science and everything else, demonstrates the biggest lie, the foundational lie, that original sin didn't happen. That the story that claims that, Genesis isn't literal. That's what they can do. And if they want to say that, if you want to say, hey, Genesis isn't literal,
I wouldn't say that.
Then what good is it? And how can we all be guilty of a non-literal original sin?
Well, let me amend my statement.
How can we be held responsible for? Why should we be held responsible for original sin? Why should I be responsible for what my great grandfather did? That's silly.
Let me amend my statement a little bit, because we were early. Both of us were earlier accused of believing, and I want to bring this up because I'm accused of this all the fucking time. That I supposedly believe that everything came from nothing.
You do.
Of course you
I've
do.
never believed that.
Yes,
I don't know any atheist alive who believes that.
Well, obviously he doesn't.
I'm not even sure that Stephen Hawking believed that. I mean, he made statements that kind of alluded that way, but Lawrence Krauss doesn't even believe that, and he wrote a book called "The Universe from Nothing."
Yeah, that was the fun part.
Quit accusing me of believing what I never believed, but that you believe. Quit accusing me of believing what you believe, as if it's a ridiculous thing to believe. If it's a ridiculous thing to believe, then stop believing it. Don't accuse me of it.
The other thing is, and so you did something that I won't do, but I think you were right in this case, and it was a reasonable inference. I don't know if that person believes in creation ex nihilo or not. So I tend to ask them first, rather than assuming. But if you assume and you got it right, then you just fucking keep on going and you save time. On the other hand, if you got it wrong, then it's really easy to go, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a Christian. And then you get to have a side conversation about whether or not Christianity necessarily requires.
Why didn't you let them talk more?
Or anything.
Yeah. Why didn't they let me talk?
I remember it.
Well, you pissed them off long enough to go on this part.
I didn't come from a glob of goo.
And he's reading my
like,
comments,
wow, interesting. All the rest of us here
Aaron,
came
you
from
did come
sperm.
from a
What did
gob
you
of
come
goo.
from?
You did come from a gob of goo.
Oh, that's so funny.
One second.
Oh, no.
They have to rest. Notice how they have to rest their beliefs on what other people.
We got two
believe.
more theistic callers I want to
And
get
it's
to
all
today,
a
and then
matter
there's
of belief.
I
Well,
was wondering
this guy
that-
said this, and that guy said that.
Let me tell you
They
something.
rest
That
their
Aaron,
beliefs
if he ever met the deceiver face to face, he would shit his pants. He likes to put on this thing where, oh, look at me, I'm the personification of evil.
Yep.
Yeah, motherfucker, you don't know shit, brother.
Oh.
You
These
have
guys
no
are
idea
all-
what dwells.
But you see, when you get to these guys, all that comes to mind is posers.
And
They don't
Yeah.
actually have any rebuttal.
These
That's why they did what they did. That's
Yeah,
it.
and
They don't let me
I
talk.
commend you, and I commend you for being easy and calm, because we wanted to get at him, but you just let him fall into his own trap, and you're just demonstrating to the rest of his viewers. And you even said, you got 3,000 people watching you. You can't debate this correctly. And I'm like, well, good thing I shut the hell up, man.
That's all I was like, okay.
You got it in their head, Keith. You really did.
But this is why these guys won't debate me.
Oh, hey, babe.
You know how much
decided
time we
about
got people asking, oh, you should debate them. They'll rip you apart. They're in another league. No, I just showed these guys are clowns. They're not in another league. They're clowns. They have nothing.
Hey, babe, you decided to join us at the end.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully tomorrow, I probably might work late, but I think this whole week until Thursday, I maybe will start an hour earlier, so we can have a bit longer show, because I am alone this week. Kids and the wife are still there. I'm going to drive through Friday again to go see them. Yeah, I'm alone. So yeah, from tomorrow night probably. Oh, tomorrow night I'll probably have a earlier show.
That can also close out a disposal.
Yeah, the compactor. Yeah, Roger.
10-4 Roger Wilco.
Compactor stuck, Roger. Come on.
Sorry.
We'll break the
What's
wood.
I forgot
your
about it.
20, Roger? What's your 20, Roger?
Roger, stop.
Roger.
I'm going down the I-10, head eastbound.
Roger.
Roger.
Okay. So yeah, guys, thanks all for coming. Really appreciate you. Please hit the likes and shares if you haven't already. Thank you for the super chat.